and they take it back home. And you're seeing everybody else in the regions kind of start to evolve and get pushed a little bit more now that the regions are back into a place where they're being able to push each other again. With that being said, though, first game coming into APOC, and I'm feeling really good about this Petra pick.
Yeah, of course, SAC. Really looking forward to seeing those gauntlets in his hands. Going to be doing wonders with them. Kaito so far really doing well on the sword right now.
Yes, he is. SAC coming over, getting recovered up to the top though, gonna toss the orb, gonna pick up gauntlets and see if he has a little better luck on these. He is trying to get the slight little deficit back here. We're getting some whiffs here in neutral, nobody able to break it. One piece off of SAC, and he's just reaching here with these downlights. Both these guys look like they're just trying to kind of drop into some sort of rhythm, get that download that we always have to go through in opening games of sets. SAC gonna play around over here off stage, gonna go ahead and get that stock, and gonna put him up slightly. That's one way to take the lead back. Good for him.
That's the weapon advantage as well. Kaito is gonna be able to get that weapon back. It's going to be a pair of gauntlets. He's been making wonders happen on the sword. Now let's see what he's able to do on those gauntlets. Quick end light to get it started. Not committing to anything off stage. Wants to play it safe. I mean, he doesn't really have to go for anything massive here. One hit is all it takes, Kaito.
Yeah. But it's a matter of getting in there and getting that hit. SAC is looking really good on this Petra. Not giving him any opportunity to get that one hit that he needs. There it is. Downlight. Sayer gonna go ahead and take that stock off of SAC. Got some pretty good bonus damage off of it. We'll see if we're gonna be able to get things a little more even here.
Kaito on the sword that I was just talking about. We'll be seeing very promising things come of it. But SAC, he's going to be knocking SAC off stage time and time again, but SAC is gonna be able to slide his way back up. With the gauntlets, he's getting some starters, but he's not really able to get anything follow-up. And probably just checking how Kaito responds at this point, right? He wants to get that download that we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. And not a whole lot of pressure. You see he's pushing SAC off stage. We're not seeing him go out and chase. He's holding back, trying to just put down a good collected edge guard and just try and keep things simple here. Recovery coming out. SAC able to get planted back up. There we go. Beautiful option. Going to go ahead and rock him up to the top of the stage and get that lead back. And that puts him up. And he's actually got a pretty decent damage left on that second stock. He's got a good opportunity here to really extend this lead.
Yeah, he's got the momentum, he's got the confidence, he's finding these hits with the orb. Kaito, though, trying to look for this knockout now as soon as possible. Managed to find this air, knocks SAC away to the other side of the stage, but I feel like one of the main things with Kaito is like he sets up a lot of advantageous positions, but he's like not doing a lot with them.
No, I mean,
maybe he could be just a bit reserved because he knows he's fighting SAC, right? That would be understandable.
Definitely. I mean, he's setting up the options, and you're seeing the vision. He's just hesitating and not following up on those opportunities that he's providing for himself. SAC not opting for that Sayer, opting to stay grounded for another side light recovery back up on stage. And okay, Sayer, Dare gonna come up empty. Not okay. There's a good punish, and it is gonna once again take that stock. And I hope this is just a good vision of what we got going on, because we're seeing another very close game. That's all we have had all day long, Polly.
Kaito, a lot of the times, he's in the right place at the right time, but he's not necessarily always doing the right thing with that opportunity. But SAC, on the other hand, is maximizing all of his opportunities here, able to find a quick knockout, and that is going to give him the first game here.
That was such a clean knockout. Did it with a little bit of style. Hard read. Gonna go ahead and put him up a 1-0 in this set. The Petra, I felt good about it. He looked really good on her the whole game. Was able to go ahead and get that initial dub, and we're gonna see how this evens out coming in next game. I mean, there is a bit of a PR difference between these two players. I call it
quite a significant. I would call it a pretty significant difference.
Yeah,
that's 20 PR players.
Yeah, I mean, but we saw 869 do work today. You know what I mean?
We saw bomb, yeah. We saw bomb, yeah.
Right.
So numbers. I love them.
Just numbers.
Lots of casters love them, but at the end of the day, it's just numbers.
SAC gonna be able to hop on those gauntlets to immediately get recovered. Gonna dare his way back down the stage though. Looking for a good opener here. Okay. Oh, and again, hit him again.
Oh, beautiful option.
No, you don't have one. That's it.
Oh my god, that's almost a clean stock. As we were talking about the massive PR difference, Kaito is doing crazy things right now.
Yeah, that neutral stick coming out definitely was very helpful. Or that side stick, rather. Definitely a great option. And got that early stock. Let's see if he's going to be able to keep that, though. It's a great confident booster. It's a great momentum booster. But SAC is now on that orb, and we all know what Petra is capable of. She hits like an absolute truck. Can rack up that damage very quickly. Got to stay out of those orb options.
Nice endlight coming in from Kaito. Playing things a little bit safer now, which he is completely right to do, as he already has quite a good lead here.
I got it though. Man, he chewed through that stock. Got things pretty close, did not lose very much of his second stock, getting that deficit back. And he is already racking up damage and continuing to work on this Val.
Nice snare coming from Kaito. Tries to follow it up, but SAC is not going to be falling for the bait. Nice spot dodge as well. Able to get the wake up. Kaito in a bit of a rough spot here. Kaito's so good at getting back from those, dude.
He really is.
I mean, you're fighting SAC. Like, SAC is really good at edge guarding, which says a lot about your skill of you know, recovering when you manage to get back up like 4 times out of 5.
Right. SAC though, side lights there. Little bread and butter with the D-Sig.
Yeah, when I said 4 5s out of when I said 4 5s out of 5, that was the 5th. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That would hurt. That D-Sig has so much momentum. It will literally spike you into oblivion. And the SAC not slowing down at all. Weapon throw, gonna come up, protect himself with it. Oh, I think a little fadeaway dare would have been good there, but opting to go for the ground pound.
Ooh, good option. Needs this stock off right now. SAC has just barely stolen this lead from Kaito. He had it just a moment ago, and before you know it, SAC is up ahead again.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Kaito having a really hard time just kind of breaking away here, and he's been given opportunities. SAC though, he's so menacing on that orb, looking for a good start. Just literally just throwing Sayers out there. No punishes coming anywhere from that sword. Okay, there. Oh, he turned around on that. Very nice. And another one. Hit him again. D-Sig. Oh, and the ground pound. That's it.
That's massive.
Nah,
that could be it.
No, he got back up.
SAC doesn't want to commit.
Pound,
oh, he tries to go for it, but Kaito just barely escaping there. He's already all the way down in red though. All SAC needs now is one really good placed attack here.
There it is. Not enough momentum.
Side that Sair.
Him cooking, and now that Sair will not be enough to take it
one more.
Edge of APOC. One more. Pretty much anything will get the job done. Oh.
Not a Nair. A Nair will not get it done, SAC. You need like a Sair, you need like a... Is Kaito going to... No, he...
That was sketch, bro.
SAC managed to get back up. That was very scary. But Kaito is not going to find it. SAC is still in the game, and he's still looking for this option. Kaito's doing a really good job at tiptoeing around him right now. But that is going to be it. And SAC is up 2-0.
Kaito was doing really well. I'm being patient. Being able to just wait for those opportunities. It's for a lot of people, it's easier said than done. You know, you get in that mental of just wanting to go, and being able to have that discipline to be able to slow things down, step back, and take a look at the situation, try and honestly look for your best options. He did really well. Wasn't quite enough to take that dub, but he still has one more chance to try and get it done.
He still has another chance. It's not over just yet. We're seeing the same legend picks coming out. No changes. Maybe we'll see a map change. We're going over to Small Fortress of Limes.
Okay, we haven't seen a whole lot of it today.
Not that much. No, a little bit on the EU side. A little bit. I think we saw maybe like 2 times. 3 times maybe. Moving into this, Kaito, he has so much work to do now. Already down 2 games, he needs to play this incredibly well. Start to finish, and it is definitely a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely an uphill battle for him at this point. Having to come back from being down 2 games. But he's not giving up. He's continuing to work. Drop it in here. SAC, though, trying to hold him off. Okay, the battle of the gauntlets here on the left side of the stage. SAC reaching up with those recoveries over and over and over again. There's not a whole lot of offensive coming from either one of these guys.
I mean, SAC is applying so much pressure with his movement. SAC is really stressing Kaito out. Like Kaito, you know, in this cat and mouse game, SAC is definitely the cat. Sarah coming out, SAC taking a little bit of a hit there. Still on his feet though, with these gauntlets in hand. Gauntlet Ditto coming out real quick. Lots of respect in the neutral here.
Oh, well, he did not go for that follow-up option. Waited for him to come back down and was able to capitalize on it. Very, very well done. Who is going to be the first one to drop? We are literally almost 2 minutes into this game. 1:40 seconds before we got a stock.
It's going to be Kaito going down. Plunging even further into disadvantage here against SAC. He has a lot of work to do, and SAC is looking as solid as ever.
Yeah. Looking really clean on the Petra. Although, oh, the recovery being a nice little option, racking up a little extra damage. Okay, recovery getting underneath them. SAC trying to fall back down the stage, missing with the Sair. And no
good
pressure.
landing by Kaito. Good landing by Kaito. Able to find the Sair as well. He needs the knockout right now, and SAC is going to be going down. Kaito's still in a disadvantage. He has the weapon, but SAC with a good spawn. We're back to a pretty rough spot for Kaito here.
Yeah, that hurt. That
Full stock down. Kaito needs to show up right now to stay in this tournament, or SAC is going to be advancing.
I mean, it's looking a little dire for Kaito right now. I mean,
It's looking good for SAC. It's looking real good.
Looking real good. I mean, Kaito hasn't been able to take a game yet. He's down an entire stock. He is on a tournament stock right now, and SAC is racking up so much damage. Has him in deep orange. That he's
popping off.
Just throw it out the down 6. I mean, there's no punishment for it. What are you gonna do? Oh, gave him an option
that's
to
not
get back
it.
Over. No, that was not.
Kaito's still in the game. SAC searching for this knockout at this point. Very, very close. He just needs to clean this up and move on in the bracket. He wants to get this over with.
He's super red. Start digging into those knockout options now. Okay, up with it.
Still a full stock lead. SAC, all you need is one good hit, baby, and there it is. SAC is going to be taking it home with a pretty dominant showing. Moving on into the bracket to top 9, where he will face off against Fiend for top 8. Really, really good showing by SAC, staying consistent.
Oh, that is going to be such a